we've seen a real growth of this industry of lobbyists and lawyers who have connections to President Trump or the people in his orbit who are charging big fees, $1 million or more in some cases, to try to get people clemency, to try to get applications before President Trump. And this guy, Josh Nass, is a lobbyist who had ties in sort of influential conservative evangelical circles around President Trump. And he enlisted some of these folks to try to elevate this pardon push. And it was successful. President Trump granted this guy, Joseph Schwartz, a pardon.
And then what happened?
So Josh Nass reported that he was paid $100,000 for this lobbying, and it was sort of odd because there were other people who were paid by this same guy, Joseph Schwartz, much more, $960,000 to one lobbying firm. And it sort of didn't, it seemed discordant. And now we learn from these charging papers that, in fact, the contract with Josh Nass was for $600,000. He was only paid $100,000. And the steps that he took to try to recoup the remaining $500,000 are what landed him in a whole lot of trouble here.
I would say so. I mean, some of the things that are the accusations involve, like, essentially kidnapping seems to be some of the allegations here. But what this, as you write it, and you write it so well, is you say that this highlights a shadowy corner of the growing clemency lobbying industry that has emerged around Mr. Trump. And you detailed that very much. But I think the question going forward is, and what I'm curious is your take on, has this completely upended the pardon process forever, do you think?
Potentially. I mean, Joe Biden tried to return it to normal as he did with like so many of the norms around the presidency, and was largely taking clemency recommendations through the Justice Department process, but also did, pick some of his own clemency, including to his son, rather controversially, as well as other family members, and issuing preemptive pardons to political allies who he thought would be targeted by President Trump. And that did seem to be a continuation of the flouting of the norm. So it's different here with Trump as he's starting earlier, with the 1,600 pardons of the January 6 offenders, and also is doing it in a way that has really opened the door to people who, everyone from his former bodyguard collected $1 million to lobby for a pardon, to Donald Trump Jr.'s hunting buddy who collected $900,000 to lobby for a pardon and got a pardon for CZ, this cryptocurrency tycoon, whose company entered into a rather lucrative deal with President Trump's own cryptocurrency company. So you see the potential for the type of transactionalism to, I think, a greater degree than we've seen it with other presidents.
For sure. It's a really interesting reporting, Ken. It's for everyone should take a look at it. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And thank you all so much for watching this